Okay, good morning. Thank you so much for joining today. I want to start just by acknowledging that there is not some, there's a lot of craziness happening in the world right now. And it's hard. It's hard to process it. It's not just what's going on in the world, but also just our own internal worlds and our personal lives. It's like sometimes our personal journeys can mirror whatever is going on in the world, and it can be a lot to hold at once. And sometimes there's things we can do, there's actions we can take, there's representatives we can call and letters we can write and places we can donate that help us feel like we're helping when certain situations we can feel really helpless. And the work that we do for ourselves is so important and possibly more important now than ever amidst the chaos that's happening. It's that idea of putting our oxygen mask on first, that even in these moments of feeling so helpless in the world, the work that we're doing right here, right now, and putting into our practices is still helping the world. And Jill and I have talked about this. Like, it's our responsibility to do this for the people who can't. And there's a lot of people right now who can't and who really need it. So, just taking a moment to feel everything that is happening in the world and to hold some space for that for everybody who can benefit from the work that we are putting into this next hour, and knowing that the work we're doing does have the trickle effect on the entire world, and just setting an intention that the magic that we create today in class is not just for us but also for them. So thank you, thank you, thank you for coming to class, watching this recording, for doing the work. It's our responsibility and it's important. And the Kriya that we're doing today, the foundation for Infinity Kriya, is couldn't be more perfect for this. This is such a powerful Kriya. It's such a beautiful Kriya. Physically, we're going to be working a lot on the lower chakras, the pelvis area, because we do hold a lot of blockages in this area. And that is our physical foundation, our core and our pelvis, the base of our spine. That is our physical foundation. So physically, we're going to be doing some work around there to open that up and to move the energy through there. And then energetically, we're going to be moving the energy up, as always, from the base of the spine. And our meditation at the end of class is really focusing on the crown chakra. So physically, you'll notice a lot of the postures we're moving from the base of the spine all the way up so we can really reach the crown of the head, so we can launch off into the infinite. This Kriya connects us to our infinite self and the the infinity of the divine, of the heavens. So it's a beautiful, beautiful Kriya, and it really helps us to feel connected. And so you'll probably feel the effects of the Kriya as we're working through it here today, and you'll definitely notice it in the days to follow. So really quickly, just a couple of basics. If you're new to Kundalini, please pause the video here to read through in detail. For the Kriya today, we are going to be doing exclusively breathing through the nose. There's no breathing through the mouth unless I cue an open mouth exhale just for release. But the actual postures themselves, all breathing is in and out through the nose. There's not a lot of drishti cued in this Kriya, so the default drishti is the eyes closed and rolled in and up to the third eye center. But as always, yogi's choice. We are going to do a little bit of a new drishti at the end, which I'll go into detail then. We will be doing some breath of fire, some diaphragmatic pumping in this Kriya. So if you are in your first trimester of pregnancy or menstruating and susceptible to cramping, please replace any diaphragmatic breathing with long inhales and exhales through the nose. And let's go ahead and tune in, finding a nice long spine, closing off the eyes if it's comfortable, otherwise blurring your vision, and rubbing the hands together at heart center. Start taking some really nice deep breaths in and out through the nose, feeling the breath pull the energy from the palms of your hands, circulating it throughout the body. pressing firmly rather than faster. Finding stillness, pressing the palms together, straight line from the elbow to elbow. We inhale through the nose, hold at the top. Engage your root lock, roll the eyes in and up. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale to the top and hold. Engage the root lock, press the thumbs into the heart center, roll the eyes in and up. Exhale, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale to the top. Hold, engage your locks, shift the volume of the breath down. Exhale. And we'll inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale, hold at the top. Engage your root lock, rolling the eyes in and up. Really press the palms together. Open mouth, exhale, returning the palms to the lap, face up. Taking a moment here to soak in the vibration of the mantra. We'll begin with a couple of warm-ups. If you're seated up on anything, go ahead and remove it out from under you. And as always, we'll start with some Sufi circles, hands on the knees. We inhale, come forward over to the left. Exhale, rounding back to the right. The movement can be as big or as small as you want, as long as you're coordinating breath to movement, inhaling forward and exhaling back. And making sure that you're moving the entire spine. Feel the movement from the base of the spine all the way up through the shoulders, the neck, the crown of the head. This is a great way to wake up the body, wake up the spine for the morning. So let it feel good. Switching direction, inhaling forward over to the right, exhaling, rounding back to the left. Really powerful breath. Find neutral spine, find center, find stillness. Inhale to hold at the top. Engage the root lock, roll the eyes in and up, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, palms face up on the lap. Just relax. Relax the body, relax the breath, relax the gaze. Remaining in easy pose, we'll do some spinal flexion, making sure that the head and neck stay stable, keeping the chin parallel to the ground. Hands can grip the knees, the shins, or the ankles. And as we inhale, we pull the chest through and forward. And on the exhale, we're rounding back. But again, we're trying to keep the head and neck level. There will be some movement, but we're really not nodding the head as we move. So it'll look like this. Okay, we'll be here just for 1 minute. So try to find a very serpentine-like movement in the spine and find your pace. Moving from tail to shoulders. Feeling that movement all the way through the spine, allowing the breath to pull the energy and circulate it throughout the whole body. Last 15 seconds, pick up your pace. Inhale to the top, holding the breath, finding stillness, neutral spine. Pulling on that root block, rolling the eyes in and up. Circulating the energy as you hold. Exhale, relax the body, the gaze, palms face up on the lap. Taking some time here to fully relax the body. For our next posture, we've done this one before. It's laying on our backs. I'm going to describe it before I lay down because I'm not sure if you'll be able to see me while I'm completely laying down. So it's going to be one that we've done from a previous Kriya. We'll have the hands crossed over the chest in a mummy position. It does not matter which hand is on top. The wrists are crossed over the heart space. We'll be flat on our backs with our legs long out in front of us. And as we inhale, we flex the feet up. And as we exhale, we point the toes. So we're doing that ankle recalibration here. We try to move quickly, coordinating breath to movement. So again, inhaling the feet up, exhaling, pointing them down, keeping the legs together. We're just here for a minute, so I know it can build some heat. I know it can maybe even cause a little bit of cramping, but really give it your all. And the more powerfully you breathe, you'll feel how it pulls that heat through the body. So go ahead and come into the position on our backs, hands crossed over the chest, and begin. Inhale, flex, exhale, point. You can add on an extra layer of concentration by rolling the eyes in and up to the third eye center. Last 10 seconds. Inhale, flex the feet, hold the breath at the top, pull the root block. Exhale, relax the body, hands face down at the sides, relaxing the breath, sending ease to your calves, to your shins. Bringing the knees up into the chest. You can find a little bit of release in the low back if you'd like. You can rock side to side. And then we'll grip the backs of the thighs and we'll rock and roll on the spine back up into a seat and easy pose. And from here, we will officially begin our Kriya. So we'll be in easy pose. We'll interlace the fingers at the base of the skull. So we're basically pressing the hands into the back of the neck. If your hair is down, make sure that you actually are touching the skin of your neck. So get under the hair, up against the neck. Fingers are interlaced. We keep the elbows really wide for this entire posture. We're going to be inhaling, twisting to the left, exhaling to the right, but make sure that the elbows don't close as you're twisting. You want to keep that heart space really open, really wide as we're bringing that energy up through the spine to open up into the heart space. Eyes are closed. They're rolled in and up to the third eye center. Find a medium pace here. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes, so you want to be able to sustain it. Make sure you keep the core really strong to support the spine in the twisting motion. So not too fast, not too slow, but just right. Coordinating breath to movement. So again, you're inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. And we will begin. Last 20 seconds, you're doing so good. Keep the core strong. Inhale, find center, find stillness, facing forward. Hold the breath at the top. Engage that root block, really squeezing that energy up, circulating it throughout the body, rolling the eyes in and up, pulling the energy up to the crown of the head. Heart is open, elbows are wide. Exhale, palms face up in the lap, or can come to the ground. Relax, relax, relax. If you're feeling sensation, feel them fully. Enjoy them if you can. For our next posture, we will still be in easy pose. I actually like to uncross my ankles and rest one foot on the ground in front for a little bit more stability. Find what feels good in your body. We're going to have the hands interlaced at the base of the spine, and we'll be bowing forward and coming back upright. So however you feel most stable in your lower body, go ahead and set up that foundation. I'll show you from the side. So fingers interlaced at the low back, and we'll be doing breath of fire as we bow forward, lifting the fist up as high as you can. It doesn't have to be super high, just as high as you can. as we bow forward and then coming upright again. So continuous breath of fire as we're bowing and coming upright here for a couple of minutes. So again, find the piece that works well for you. Anything else for this one? Eyes are closed. Drishti, if you can balance and maintain all the other cues, you can have your drishti at the third eye center. And just a quick demo, breath of fire is also known as kapalbhati, forceful exhales through the nose using the diaphragm to pump the breath out. The inhales are just reflexive. You're just allowing that, the reflexive inhale from the force of the exhale. So it looks like this. So find a nice quick pace. If you're familiar with breath of fire and you can maintain a quick pace throughout this posture, then do so, but otherwise find the pace that works for you. And we will begin. Breath of fire, bowing forward, coming upright. Keep going. We're really working the lower chakras here, moving from the base of the spine, pumping in the solar plexus. The heart is open, and as we're bowing forward by bringing the head below the heart, we're helping that energy as we're moving it and pumping it up from the lower chakras. The bowing motion helps to pull that energy up to the crown of the head. Very effective posture at recalibrating our energy, at balancing our chakras. We're almost there. Inhale, come upright, hold the breath at the top, really squeeze the shoulder blades together. Engage the root block, roll the eyes in and up. Exhale, bring the palms to the lap again, palms face up. Absorbing the effects of the posture. Okay, for the next posture, this one's going to build some heat. Our legs will be long out in front of us. We have the option to do reverse plank or reverse tabletop, depending on what feels best in the body. So the way that this is traditionally cued is to have the hands planted behind you with fingertips pointing in. I'm dealing with the wrist thing, so I will be up on my fists, which is a modification for anybody dealing with any hand or wrist issues. Keeping the legs together, pointing the toes. We'll be doing breath of fire while we lift the hips and lower the hips. So again, a variation of this is to plant the feet on the ground and go into reverse tabletop as we lift the hips and lower the hips. We're here for 1 minute. Even reverse plank for 1 minute is pretty challenging. So find the variation that feels safest in your body. Eyes are closed, roll up to the third eye center. Breath of fire, once again, as we lift and lower the hips, unlocking the pelvis. We hold a lot of blockages in our pelvis. So sometimes our pelvises can get very misaligned, especially in a biological female body. Our pelvises can get totally knocked out of center. So this is a posture that really helps bring the pelvis and the entire lower area back into center. So make sure you're keeping the core really tight and the glutes really tight to support the spine. Have the legs stretched out long, your hands are in position, and we will begin. Breath of fire, drishti at the third eye center. Inhale, come into a seat, hold the breath at the top, pull the root block, lift the gaze up to the third eye center. Exhale, relaxing the body. You can come back into easy pose or keep the legs long. Letting the heartbeat regulate, the breath regulate. Our next several postures, we will be standing. So making our way up, upright. We're going to be doing some squats. So feet are wider than hip width apart, heels in, toes out. Our hands will be at shoulder height, palms facing down for the entire duration of the posture. This posture is cued to do anywhere from 13 to 26 reps. So I will set a pace and I will count. If you don't want to count, I will set a pace and count to 26. If you want to go slower, find whatever pace works for you. And just as long as you do 13, and you don't have to keep up with me, we'll do our little relaxation. We're going to do all our relaxations in a standing posture for these next couple of postures. Um, and you just go as deep as you can. If there's any issue with the knees, you can just come down halfway. If you can come all the way down, go ahead and come all the way down. Or if you even need to have the hands on the legs, that's totally fine. But otherwise, hands will be out at shoulder height. And drishti, if you can keep your balance, will be eyes closed and rolled up to the third eye center. Otherwise, for balance purposes, if you prefer to have the eyes open, then just blur the gaze or you can look out at the horizon. So we inhale as we come up, and as we exhale, we'll go down into our squat. So we'll begin and I'll count. So take an inhale here, exhale 1, inhale up, exhale 2, inhale up, exhale 3, up, exhale 4, up, exhale 5, up, exhale 6, up, exhale 7, up, exhale 8, up, exhale 9, up, exhale 10, up, exhale 11, up, exhale 12, up, exhale 13, up, down 14, up, down 15, up, down 16, up, down 17, up, 18, up, 19, up, 20, up, 21, up, 22, up, 23, up, 24, up, 25, up, 26, up. Hold your breath at the top just for a brief moment. Pull the root block. Exhale, palms come down to the sides, standing mountain pose. Allow the heart and the breath to slow. Just relaxing here. Take a nice full inhale through the nose. And open mouth, exhale. Bringing the feet to shoulder width apart. We're going to be doing front bends now. So on the inhale, we bring the arms up overhead. You can bring in a slight back bend as long as you keep the core and the glutes engaged. And then as you exhale, you sweep the hands down to the ground if you can reach the ground. And if you can bend the knees as much as you need to. You sweep the ground and even the tops of your feet. And then you inhale, coming back upright. Exhale, sweeping it down. We're cleansing the aura. We're cleansing the entire auric field. So same thing, we're going to be doing 13 to 26. I will count to 26 and you can find whatever works best for you. So we'll begin together, inhaling up. Exhale down. 1. Inhale up. Down 2. Up. Down 3. Up. Down 4. Up. Down 5. Up. Down 6. Gonna pick it up. Up. Down 7. Up. 8. Up. 9. Up. 10. Up. 11. Up. 12. Up. 13. Up. 14. Up. 15. Up. 16. Up. 17. Up. 18. Up. 19. Up. 20. So good. Up. 21. Up. 22. Up. 23. Up. 24. Up. 25. Up. 26. Up. Inhale. Reach the arms up. Hold the breath at the top. Engage the root block. Roll the eyes in and up. Exhale. Neutral spine. Hands down at the sides. Palms face forward. Relax. Okay, so now we're going to be doing side bends. So we'll have both arms up. On the inhale, we bend to the left, dropping the left arm down. On the exhale, we bend to the right, alternating arms. So inhaling to the left, exhaling to the right. So same thing here, doing anywhere from 13 to 26. 1 per side counts as 1 round. So I will count 26 rounds. Find whatever pace you prefer. So we'll begin. Inhale to the left, exhale to the right. 1. Inhale left, exhale right. 2. Inhale left, exhale right. 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale, exhale 5. Inhale, exhale 6. Inhale, exhale 7. Strong core. Inhale, exhale 8. Inhale, exhale 9. Inhale, exhale 10. Working the sides. Inhale, exhale 11. Inhale and 12. Inhale, 13. Inhale, 14. Inhale, 15. Inhale, 16. Inhale, 17. Strong glutes. Inhale, 18. Inhale, 19. Inhale, 20. Inhale, 21. Inhale, 22. Inhale, 23, inhale, 24, inhale, 25, inhale, 26, both arms up, inhale, hold at the top, engage the root lock, engage your drishti, and exhale, floating the hands down, relaxing. For our final standing posture, we are going to be doing rhythmic kicks, but they're not really kicks. We'll have our hands on the hips and we're lifting each leg, keeping it straight. So no bending at the knee. That's why I don't like that they call it kicks, because a kick, you usually think you're bending and pushing, but you're actually just lifting the straight leg, alternating each leg. And we're chanting with each lift, we chant the word HUD. HUD is a word that quite literally means God, and specifically the creative energy of God. So we're really bringing in this beautiful creative energy as we're chanting the word HUD. And everything we just cleansed and cleansed out of the aura, we're just kicking it out. We're getting rid of it. We're cleaning everything out as we go. Building, cleaning this foundation of creativity, of purity, of divinity, of infinity. So hands are on the hips. If you can balance, eyes are closed, rolled up to the third eye center. Otherwise, it can be pretty hard. I found myself like walking all over the room when I was practicing this with my eyes closed. So you can absolutely keep the eyes open. We're going to be here for probably longer than your ego wants to be. So remind yourself, patience is a virtue. It's worth it. This work is worth it. So I will be chanting. It is important that you are also chanting out loud. You are welcome to chant with me or find your own pace. The instruction is about one lift and one chant per second. So I will set that pace and you're welcome to follow along. And we will begin. HUD, 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 HUD. Keep the glutes or keep the quads strong as you're keeping those legs nice and straight. HUD, 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 head, 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 head. Both feet on the floor. Inhale, hold at the top. Pull the energy up from the root of the spine, rolling the eyes in and up. Exhale, release the hands from the hips, relaxing the body, the breath, feeling the effects of your vibration. We will be making our way down into a seat when you're ready for our meditation. So you're welcome to sit up on a prop. It will be an easy pose. Now, there are quite a few elements to this meditation. So I've put it up on the screen for your convenience. This is the meditation for the 10th gate, which is our crown chakra. This is in my way, there we go. So by doing this, all the work that we just did physically and energetically to move the energy, to unlock everything in our lower chakras, this meditation is quite literally what launches us into infinity. This is what brings us all the way to the crown of the head, our connection to the ethers, to the heavens. It's a beautiful meditation. It's actually all mental vibration. So there's no out loud chanting for this one. We're just vibrating it all mentally. We're thinking the mantra. And the mantra is Hud Hud Mukande. Hud Hud Mukande. Hud, like I just said, is the creative energy of God, the creative energy of the divine. And Mukande is the one who liberates us. It's the one that sets us free. So by chanting this mantra and by using this meditation, we are liberating ourselves. We are blasting through blockages and barriers and creating our sense of freedom, because we all know that freedom from the prisons of the mind, I mean, that's really the only prison there is the prison of the mind. And this is what breaks through all of that. So we're in easy pose. The mudra is the palms facing up in the lap, resting the right palm in the left with thumb tips coming to touch. Your drishti will be at the crown of your head. So you can't actually roll your eyes all the way to the top of your head, but if you just roll your eyes upwards and focus your attention at the crown of the head, that's perfect. So trying to keep your attention there throughout this meditation is perfect. You'll have to remind yourself as time goes on, because the eyes do tend to forget, and that's totally fine. So you'll be mentally chanting Hud Hud Mukande with the hands in the mudra and the attention at the crown of the head. And as you think the words Hud, you'll pull the navel in for each Hud and then hold the navel in. And when you think Mukande, press the tongue into the roof of the mouth. So it's Hud Hud on the navel, holding the navel, pressing the tongue for Mukande. And then you release, inhale, and then mentally vibrate again, Hud Hud Mukande. So navel, navel, tongue, navel, tongue, while thinking the mantra, while holding the mudra, while keeping the attention at the crown of the head. It's a lot to keep track of. So if you feel like you're fumbling at first, that's totally normal. If you're feeling like you're not getting the hang of it, it's totally normal. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes, so just hang in there and give yourself a chance and do the best that you can. As long as you're giving it your all, you will reap the effects of this wonderful meditation. I will play some nice background music since we will all be mentally vibrating this mantra. So find your center. Let's take a nice cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose and open mouth, exhale. And you may begin your mental vibrations. Inhale all the way to the top, hold the breath. Engage the root block, roll the eyes to the crown of the head, press the tongue into the roof of the mouth. And exhale, relaxing everything, the gaze, the tongue, the hands. And now it's time to make your way into Shavasana. So gently and lovingly make your way down onto your back for a deep relaxation. I will wake you when it's time. Bring your awareness back to the here and now, feeling your breath, feeling yourself inhabit your body once again, inviting in some small movements. Let it be organic. Let your body wake up however it wants to. When you're eventually ready, inhale to a nice, big, full body stretch. And when you exhale, bring your knees in towards your chest. I invite you to bring the soles of your feet together and the palms of your hands together, rubbing them, creating friction between the feet, between the hands, re-energizing the energetic channels, the nadis. And when you're ready, gripping the backs of the thighs, and you can rock and roll up into a seat, or you can come onto your side and press up into a seat. Meet us here, back in easy pose with prayer palms at heart center. We close out class with the prayer, the Longtime Sun, followed by Sat Nam. Let's take a nice cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. And we'll inhale to close. May the Longtime Sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide your way on. Sat Nam. This practice is so special. It's so powerful. And it's so important. I thank you so much for coming, joining, doing this work. And I'll see you next time. Sat Nam. Have an amazing day. Have a great week.